Elevate the Podcast Show, and I'm your host, Rick Nail. Today we're going to talk about, do we make excuses for ourselves? Do we make excuses for ourselves that benefit our excuses? Listen, do you make excuses to benefit your excuses? So that means you making excuses for the things that you know you should do. That's going to at least elevate you, put you on a whole different level, accomplish one of your goals or your dreams. But you make an excuse that make you feel comfortable in that excuse, so the excuse is cool. And I think that's the problem. And the reason why I'm saying that, because these are the things that I had to tell myself and learn. Like, okay, am I making excuses for myself to feel comfortable for my excuses, so I can feel comfortable for my excuses? Me. So it takes that time where we got to have that self-accountability and self-awareness, period, 100%. Because if we don't have that, to be able to push ourselves and not only other people. Now, I'm not saying that it's not cool to get guidance, because I feel like we all need guidance. And I'm going to watch videos. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to get a coach. I'm going to try to get a teacher. I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to try to get that. I'm going to try to better my coach. But at the same time, it takes me. You know, I shouldn't need nobody to tell me or say something to make me want to get up and do it. I should already be able to want to get up and do it. Ain't nothing wrong with motivation, but you can't be motivated without no action. If you ain't putting no action to your motivation, there ain't no dedication. If there ain't no dedication, then there ain't no consistency. Then if it ain't being consistent, then we know that there ain't no effort into putting out content or to achieving your goals or whatever the case may be. I'm just using me as an example. To put out content, to put out beats, to put out this, to put out that, to do this, to spend time with your kids, to figure this out. You know, I think that we make excuses sometimes, and not saying that we are not bad people or we are not good people, because we all have the ability. And if you have the ability to hold ourselves accountable, not only hold people accountable through our life and through situations and things that we may go to, but at the same time, holding ourselves accountable, because that's how we gonna grow. When you hold yourself accountable, that's how you be confident. When you hold yourself accountable, that's how you be pure. When you hold yourself accountable, that's how you elevate. Being observant of your surroundings and the things that you do, as in me, as in we, as in you, because that's very important. And these are the things that I had to learn, and I still learn on a daily basis. Still educating myself, but I still be slacking. Like, okay, I'm like, you know what? I want to start reading more. So I'm buying books and I'm reading, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, going to line, then I start reading less. Then I start reading less. Then I start reading less. Oh, this right here happened, or this right here. Or then I start doing this, or then I start doing that. And then that's another thing. You feel me? We need to be able to figure out a way to plan, right? After we plan, we execute this plan. Even though we may have different planning going on, but we must plan right here and then execute this plan, and then execute this plan and execute this plan. Now, we can still create all of these plans at the same time. But if we are going in a circle trying to finish all of these plans at the same time, we never going to get none of them done because we're circling around. So if we can focus on that one particular thing and accomplish that, you know. And I love this because, you know, this is a part of self-talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I wanted to start self-talk with the podcast, somehow implement this self-talk where these are the type of conversations that I have with myself. And I'm like, you know, I wonder, do other people have these type of conversations? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, my whole life growing up, you know, it's still taught in the media, you know what I'm saying? The movies, the school, like everything. Like, if you talk to yourself, then you're crazy. How dare you talk to yourself? He's crazy. He's talking to himself. Oh my gosh. So I think, you know what I mean? Growing up like that, not really understanding the significance and the power of really talking to yourself can really change a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Now, I guess they want to break down what is exactly talking to yourself. It's exactly doing what I'm doing now, right? So if I'm going through something, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking to God. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because as I talk to myself, I still talk to God. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. So when I go through these things, if I can talk to myself and the same things I talk to my kids, but you got to be careful how you describe talking to yourself, definitely to a child, as he would project talk. Oh, I'm talking to myself in school, and then they may look at it as a whole different way when you saying you talking to yourself when you really you elevating yourself. Because when I talk to myself, I'm calling out all the stuff that I need to hold myself accountable in this moment, which before in my younger state, I'm not doing that. I mean, I didn't even think of that. You know, think of these things. So I'm trying to implement all of these things into my children now. So even me being 35, the stuff that I'm still learning now and at 35, teach them at 5 and 7 and 11. Ain't nothing too big that you can't overcome. All of your obstacles, no matter what you're going through, you can overcome anything you're going through. Listen to me. As we elevate and elevate ourselves to a whole different level and a whole different meaning. No negative shit. No matter the obstacle, I'ma do everything possible. Keep moving forward, unstoppable. Ain't no challenge in my life impossible. You can make it too. Yeah, you. Overcome what you going through. Embrace your power for your breakthrough. And when you elevate, it's a great view. It's hard to lie, so I don't try. If you know me, I got a whole vibe. I'm on the road as I think and drive. Free my emotions as I start to fly.